Hi there, I'm Susan Beyer, and this is Fun with Research. Thanks for joining me today. Today is another book recommendation. This is the Wall Street Journal Guide to Information Graphics by Donna Wong, who is a longtime graphic research specialist. Was at the Wall Street Journal, is now at the Federal Reserve Bank. But this is an amazing little book, and let me tell you why. So lots of us, my company, my clients, a lot of you marketers who are out there are in the position of needing to explain research findings to somebody, right? You're explaining them to senior leadership in your organization, you're explaining them to clients, you're doing thought leadership to try to get prospects to know about you, and you're presenting research as thought leadership. And we're creating infographics, we're creating white papers, and all of those kinds of things. What I see over and over again is those kinds of materials created by talented graphic designers who don't have experience presenting research. And so this is where we see, pie charts with 15 different sections to them, or 3D column charts or bar charts, or weird little icons in different sizes. And I know that the intent is to try to make the content look visually interesting. The problem is, when you're presenting research, the number one goal has to be to help people understand what the research is saying. Okay? Having a chart that is difficult for people to figure out does not help your efforts to get your research findings across. And at the same time, I think there are a lot of people who feel that if you're presenting research, the only alternative to all this little fun stuff is to have something that's very text heavy and dry and boring. And I'm here to tell you that that is not the case either. There are ways to make information really visually interesting and still make it very, very clear. If you're reading a major newspaper today, or you're following them on social, you can see really good examples of visualizations that help people understand what's going on with the numbers. This book, which is not very big, it's an excellent guide not to doing complex data visualization work. This is for people who are just needing to present some charts. Maybe you're doing a PowerPoint presentation to senior management. Maybe you're building an infographic or a white paper. How do you present information clearly that is still visually interesting and compelling, right? And one of the things I love so much about this book is that she's got some very sort of overarching concepts in here, like make sure you're telling the truth in your chart, right? If you're mucking with the axis to make things look bigger or smaller, that's not really telling the truth. That's not providing context for things. But then she's got information about how to use color effectively when showing research results. How to use black and white and gray effectively to show research results if color is not an option. And then how to use things like fonts, how to use the weight of fonts, lines, bars, how to order things properly so that it's not confusing to people when you're showing maybe a bar chart with a list of things on it, what people sort of expect intellectually to see, and how having them in a different way can muck them up. If you're going to use pie charts, how to use pie charts effectively and when not to use them. How to handle things like icons. Like she's got a great couple of pages on just bad icons and good icons, and how to use icons effectively without misrepresenting the results of your data by doing weird things with icon sizes and stretching them and stuff like that. So every one of my clients who's doing this kind of work for their own thought leadership or for their clients is getting one of these books. And if you have anyone in your organization, or if you yourself are working to present research information, this is an absolute must-have. This is one of the best little books I've seen. It's extremely clear. There's tons of examples of specific types of data and how to present it. And I think if everybody I knew who was doing infographics and white papers read this book, the world would be a better place for people who need to see the results of research and make decisions based on it. So it's called The Wall Street Journal Guide to Information Graphics by Donna Wong. It's a wonderful book. And if you haven't gotten it and read it already, you really need to before you go off on creating infographics and white papers and presentations, because it's really good. So just a little tip from me today. I hope you found it helpful. We'll see you here next Friday again on Fun with Research.